all things nerdy.
in bite-sized form.
This is Jameson Borak.
This is Marion Mason.
And I'm Walker Dessing.
All right, so today on the episode of The Byte, we're going to be talking about TV shows, specifically.
Justified.
Is that your guns?
It's my
Yes.
guns.
Is that how you do it?
Sir.
Smashing with my guns.
Rayleigh Givens. Guns.
All right,
He only has one,
Justified.
usually.
So, season 4 has begun. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the first 4 episodes, and then at the end, we're going to be talking about the 5th
latest
episode. Because each week, we're going to be covering Justified as it's on. So, look forward to that. The end of our second episode will always be that. So, all right, let's talk about, you guys just watched the first 3 seasons of Justified and
We
marathoned
marathoned it.
What did
Yeah.
you guys think?
I really loved it. In a way that it's not an incredibly cerebral show. It's very just kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's very action packed. And I absolutely love the writers and the actors for being able to make it. So I've never heard a script with such realistic dialogue. I think.
Yeah.
That's a drama. It seems because it's got a lot of elements of comedy to it that lighten the show on a whole, making it very, very entertaining.
Yeah.
So I had a fun time,
Well,
just watching it straight through.
What'd you think?
So first season, you have to admit, first season's a little bit slower.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit to get
Most
in the
first
show.
seasons are.
It is, which I give it to. The second season picks up great.
My
But
God. Season 2 is one of the best seasons. I love that season. Mags Bennett is an incredible
She's-
villain. You have to watch
God
it.
rest her soul.
Mags Bennett. Oh, and her
Yes.
apple pie.
And her
Yeah,
apple
exactly.
Pie. Oh, so good.
And I think one of my favorite things about Justified is each season kind of takes you to a different part of Harlan County in Kentucky. It takes you to a different area. And so first season you had setting it up, and then second season you got to go deep into Harlan.
Yeah.
And the third you got to see Noble's Holler and the different elements. And I really like, and now we're getting to see the Hill People as we'll get to. And I really like that each season is so different. We're Mad Men and Breaking Bad seasons, they kind of mesh into one another at times.
Yeah.
Where there's no way to confuse what episode is from what.
I think the
absolutely.
big difference here is you take a show like Breaking Bad or Mad Men, they've got their story arc. They've got what they want to do in the confines of the series.
Yeah.
But something like Justified, they found out what worked and didn't work and just went from there and created new things, made the characters whatever they wanted them to be. And that's a big strength of this show.
I mean, I think the characters specifically are what kind of make each season. The
Yeah.
first season was specifically about the Crowders, about Bo and Boyd, and
Yeah.
the entire backstory there because it's him just coming back to Kentucky. And then the second season is the Bennetts and how they kind of step into place. And then the third season is now Theo Toden is kind of coming in. And you don't really know it's him first, but it's more just the whole carpetbagger thing where it's an outside force coming in. So it's kind of who's running the crime and that.
Yeah. And I think what's cool, too, is now even this season, it's become a mystery series.
Mm-hmm.
The whole central, and so let's go on to season 4 now. And that's kind of, there's a central mystery of who exactly was Noble Truth, and then now trying to figure out where is Tom, I'm totally blanking on the name right now, Thompson.
Oh, yes, Drew Thompson.
Drew Thompson, thank you.
Yes.
And so I'm really excited to see where they go with that. And I think also what's so cool about this season Justified is this is the most, they have so many characters in play that they just come out. Who would have thought that the prostitute in one scene of season 2.
Yeah, Ella May.
Ella May was in one scene in season 2.
And now she's a big deal.
And now she's a huge, and Graham Yost, who's the showrunner of the series, has said that she is a key role of the series of Justified, of the plot of the series. That's absurd. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That they take little elements.
I mean, you can
that.
kind of see that just from her dealings with Ava from the first couple episodes of this season and a little bit of last season is just Ava taking over. It's also making Ava kind of come into the spotlight a lot more.
The character of Ava has gone through so much, too.
Yeah.
The way it starts out.
I love her and Boyd.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that I think they're the perfect couple and yet they're it's literally
actually really
a
weird.
whore mom and a
It's
drug
crazy.
king
Love Boyd,
that's
though.
but
See,
they're
I
so
didn't
cute.
I didn't think she was capable of what she starts doing.
Yeah.
The first season, the show, and the second season, I had no idea that she would start to, get involved with all of these things. She is in charge of a lot.
She tries to kill Boyd in the pilot. The pilot is about Boyd trying to kill her.
Yeah.
And here's the one thing that bothers me about Justified. The entire show takes place in 6 months. Where we are currently is only 6 months, Graham Yost has said. It's under a year that all of this has happened, which is the most absurd year ever of any human being's life.
It's apparently not. That's apparently what Kentucky's like.
There's so much has happened in this world. It's crazy. But
It is crazy. It is a lot to process.
I love it. I think it is so great, and not nearly enough people are watching it. So please go and watch it.
At least, maybe Patton Oswalt being part of the cast might.
I can't
Let's
even
just talk
take that
about
seriously.
some of the people that appear on this.
Oh
Mike O'Malley is a now reoccurring character. They had Stephen Tobolowsky. This is full of amazing character actors.
Yeah.
And some of the most fun and entertaining acting there is on television right now.
Yeah, they've got a really great cast as well. Just like a central cast, everyone can hold their own.
Oh my God, they're so good. Timothy Oliphant is so cool, and he's not even. He's
really cool.
He comes up with half
You
of
just
the
wanna
awesome
be
things.
him.
I would love to be Timothy Oliphant. He
to
comes
be
up with
him.
half of the ideas on this show. Like he
he's
is
a
a
producer.
hugely involved producer, and
I mean, the whole thing is basically a reboot of the classic Marshall character. It's just done so well.
Yep.
It's really great, taking a Western and putting it in a modern setting. But that's all the time we have for the first 4 episodes of Justified.
Okay.
And so now let's go over to our Harlan County catch-up. All right, so episode 5 of Justified recently aired, Kin. Yeah. So this will be technically last week's episode due to our filming schedule, but keep up with us here. So, Kin, the best episode of the season, perhaps?
I just
So
am
good.
so happy that Boyd and Raylan had a scene together again. They haven't seen each other in so long, and like their exchanges are just
my God.
all of Boyd's exchanges with anyone are
They're
great.
so good. And it's so fascinating.
But they're so
good.
I mean,
showy.
like, it's a relationship of, like, over the series, they've turned from friends to enemies to, like, somewhat friends to enemies and back again. And, like, it's good to have them back together.
Yeah. I think
It's
what's
such a great
always
dynamic.
really fascinating to me is the way the actors have said in interviews, the way they play as Timothy Oliphant plays it as if they hate each other, but Walter Goggins, who's Boyd, plays it as if they're friends.
Oh, yeah.
And you can totally feel that dynamic to it. Although we see that Boyd is getting a little tired of Raylan and his antics.
Yeah.
Handcuffing him to the tree. My God. Hill people.
The
Hill
Hill
people.
people. Can we also mention that like Boyd's reference to Deliverance?
Oh my God, so
is literally
good.
what I was thinking the entire time. I was just like, someone's gonna get a pig and it's gonna be bad.
That was so good. My favorite scene
John
of the whole
Boyd's gonna show
episode
up,
is just
but-
Boyd when they're trying to like kill them essentially, and Raylan's like, "Oh, like I have family," and being serious, and the boy's like, "Yeah, I got like family over here too," and he's like just totally making this stuff up, just doing anything he can to not get killed.
Yep.
Love Boyd.
Yeah, I love him dearly.
So great.
Ava is in so much trouble
Yeah.
if LMA says anything, and I'm really worried because like that's gonna be such a bite in the butt for Ava because she did it specifically for LMA
Yeah.
and everyone. Like if it wasn't for LMA, actually is my least favorite character. I detest her with every fiber of my
We just
being.
love Ava.
I love Ava, and I absolutely hate LMA.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, what a great episode. Patton Oswalt's return. I'm so excited he's back, and he's going to continue to
He's
be in
just
the rest
great.
of the season.
And the kids
which
are
I'm
great
really
too.
excited
Whenever the little girl shows
Oh,
up,
yeah,
when
yeah.
she's like stealing stuff.
Oh, funniest line of the whole
She's
episode. My gosh, when he referenced his go bag, he tells Raylan if you want his go bag, bringing it back from the premiere.
Yeah.
So funny. And they get such great actors to be involved in this. And now we have Theo Tonin is brought into this whole mix with Mike O'Malley's new character.
Yep.
And then, Win Duffy. When the guy gets shot and the blood just goes on Win, and he doesn't even blink. He doesn't even blink.
So good.
I miss
So,
Win Duffy's mustache.
Oh, his stash was beautiful.
I miss his mustache. He looks weird clean
His
shaven.
stash. And it looks like we're going into some interesting parts. We're kind of done with, Justified typically structures its shows with like 4 or 5 episodes that are kind of individual stories that are starting to set up what the main arc will be. And now we're going straight into this mystery. We're going to find Drew, and I'm really excited to see where we go.
I think
from
it's
here.
a great turn for the series to do a mystery kind of thing to start off. 'Cause
Yeah.
we've always had some powerful antagonists to start off with, and now we're getting into something new, and it's really good.
We've got some new, and what a great ending of having the leg chopped
Oh
off.
yeah, the like
Seeing-
foot.
oh,
Such a
man.
cliffhanger. I'm so excited. All right, I think that's
Yeah.
all the time we got for Justified.
All right.
But join us again soon.
Yeah,
And we'll see you next time.
catch us next time for more Justified.